So you're hearing that a 175 Destroyer is the best disc for you to start out with because all of your other friends throw them. That's not true. I've been getting a lot of messages from women specifically, or guys for their girlfriends, asking what they should get their girlfriend. And I'm like, oh, well, boy, let me just make a video. So a lot of common mistakes that happen when you first start playing disc golf is that a lot of people give you all of these cool discs to start trying and you have too many. And you don't know what any of them do. Most likely, your discs are too heavy for you. They are too fast for you. Faster does not mean farther. Even though faster means distance driver, which distance means farther. That's not how that works if you don't know how to throw the disc correctly. So aside from learning the proper technique on how to throw the discs to make them fly the way they're supposed to, which I'll talk about in a different video, it all starts out with disc selection. So when you're picking discs, a lot of discs are gonna have what's called flight numbers, and those are the 4 numbers that show on the flight plate, and the numbers from left to right read speed, glide, turn, and fade. So speed is one of the more important ones. I don't recommend beginners going much higher than a 6, 7, 8 to 9 speed. I have a few discs here. A Wombat 3 is a 5 speed. It's a great understable mid-range. A Leopard is a 6 speed, which has a really small rim, and it's a very good neutral fairway driver. It goes fairly straight. It might go a little left or right depending on how much torque you have, but overall very neutral. A couple steps up from the Leopard is going to be the Valkyrie. It is a 9 speed, so it bumps up in speed. It's a -2.2, which means that it's also not very stable. So these are really good neutral flyers that are 9 speed and less that I think are really good additions to a beginner's bag. And if you want to go a little crazy, this is one of my very first lightweight discs that wasn't DX plastic. It's a Starlight Turn. So the Starlight plastic is a lighter version of the Star plastic, and it actually says Starlight, but it's so worn out, I'm not sure if you can tell. Starlight plastic is really great if you're tired of beating in your DX discs and you want an upgrade on your discs, but you still need something light. The Starlight plastic is going to be perfect for that. I don't recommend going this fast to start out with. So talking about plastic type, so the bottom of the run, cheapest disc is going to be DX plastic. A lot of putters are DX plastic and a lot of beginner discs are DX plastic, and they're gonna be in really quickly. Breaking discs in means that it loses its true flight because you're wearing the disc in. So a disc is made to go, straight to left, and once you start beating it in, it's gonna hold a little straighter, and then as you get it really beat in, it's not gonna go left anymore, it's gonna start turning to the right. So that's what people say when their discs are getting flippy or when their discs are getting beat in. The step up from a DX disc is Pro Plastic or G-Star plastic. So those are going to be a little bit more of your gummy discs. G-Star and the Pro I think are really good for the cold winter time because this kind of plastic gets really stiff when it's cold and it becomes a little harder to throw. And then you go to your Star plastic, which is my personal favorite. I think the Star plastic is the best durable and truest to its flight. Once you start getting to this Champion plastic, that's usually the see-through discs, they're more stable because the plastic is more stiff. They take a little longer to beat in than the rest of these discs. Once you go up from the Champ, that's when it becomes glow and splatter and things like that. So a lot of people will tell you that you should start by throwing a putter, which I agree with. Any putter, they're very affordable, but learning how to throw a putter is going to show you your errors and show you what you need to work on the most. So if you grip lock your discs all the time and you're releasing them really late, your disc is going to turn over to the right, and it's going to keep turning over to the right because a putter is going to show you your mistakes. If you're releasing early or you're releasing on too much of a hyzer, your putter is going to fly that way because you threw it that way. So aside from learning how to throw a putter, building your bag is crucial. I used to start out by throwing really heavy max weight destroyers or max weight T-birds because that's what all of my guy friends were throwing and that's what I thought that I should have been throwing. I played for about 2 years and I was maxed out at about 250 feet and I just couldn't figure out how to get more distance. I worked on my form, I worked on my technique, I changed my grip, and finally I sucked it up and I got a lightweight disc. What have I been doing this whole time? So the lightweight disc has more glide and it goes farther with less effort. Who would have thought? So as a beginner, they have really great bags that carry a few discs. I know that you want the newest and greatest grip bag that came on the market that holds 25 discs. You don't need the 25 discs. I carry like 20 discs, maybe 25, but I have a purpose for all of them and I know every single one of my discs. I know how they fly, I know what angle I need to throw them on, and you're probably not quite there yet. Really take the time to learn your discs. Field work truly helps. It's okay if you only have 6 discs in your bag, because you know what? You're gonna know those 6 discs so well that you don't need any more. If you are itching to buy new discs, maybe buy a couple of the same ones. Because what's gonna happen is that you're gonna buy this Wombat 3, you're gonna fall in love with it, and you're gonna keep throwing it, and it's gonna be your go-to disc, and then you're gonna lose it. And then you're gonna be like, oh, well darn, now I don't know what to do, and I'm gonna throw this MD4 that my friend gave me. A Wombat 3 and an MD4 are 2 completely different discs, even though they're both mid-ranges. A Wombat 3, when you throw it on an Anheuser, is probably going to hold the Anheuser and never come out of it. If you throw an MD4 and you throw it on an Anheuser, it's probably going to start flexing out before it even gets towards the basket. I really recommend that you should learn your discs first. Then, when you start liking one, to buy a couple more of those rather than jumping straight to the next disc that you have available, because it might not be the best thing for you. So Innova has a really good beginner's pack, and it actually has a DX AVR, a DX Shark, and I believe a DX Leopard. They sell them in a 3-pack, and I'll drop the link in the description so that you can click on it and check it out. All the women out there, I know the struggle. Lightweight discs are
so hard to find.
The Throw Pink on the Innova website actually has a good amount of lightweight discs. So I'm gonna drop that link in the description as well. You can go check that out and shop there. Plus all the discs are pink, so that's the best. So I hope you got something out of this video. Ask me any questions if you have any in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time.